Your thoughts are like seeds planted in the soil of your subconscious mind. Every single day, you're watering those seeds, whether you realize it or not. The question is, what kind of seeds are you planting? Are they seeds of confidence, success, and determination, or are they seeds of doubt, fear, and hesitation? Because whatever you plant, that's exactly what's going to grow in your life. If you plant negative thoughts, you'll get negative results. If you plant empowering thoughts, you'll see opportunities, solutions, and breakthroughs. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how one negative thought can spiral into a storm of negativity? Maybe you woke up feeling a little off, and instead of shaking it off, you told yourself, this is going to be a bad day. And suddenly everything starts going wrong. You spill your coffee, you hit traffic, you forget something important. It's not a coincidence, proof that your mind is a magnet, pulling in exactly what you focus on. But this works in the other direction too. If you wake up and say, today is full of possibilities, you start noticing opportunities, you attract better energy, you move with confidence, your mind is constantly listening to the words you say and the thoughts you think. And here's what most people don't realize. Your subconscious mind doesn't filter good from bad. It just accepts whatever you tell it. If you keep saying, I'm not good enough, your mind believes you. If you keep thinking, I'll never succeed, your actions will align with that belief and you'll prove yourself right. But the opposite is just as true. If you start saying, I am capable, I always figure things out, I am worthy of success, your subconscious mind will start working to make those thoughts your reality. The way you see yourself determines everything. The way you think about your abilities, your future, and your potential shapes your results. If you believe you're stuck, you won't even look for a way out. If you believe you're not smart enough, you won't take the steps to learn. If you believe success is for other people and not for you, you'll never step into the version of yourself that's capable of achieving it. But the moment you decide to shift your thinking, the moment you start believing in yourself, the entire game changes. There's a reason successful people always talk about mindset. It's not because they were born with some special talent that others don't have. It's because they train their minds to focus on success. They refuse to let negativity take over. They control their thoughts instead of letting their thoughts control them. If you study the most successful people, you'll notice a pattern. They speak with confidence. They think big. They refuse to dwell on doubt. And because they do that, they attract the right opportunities, the right connections, and the right circumstances. You might be thinking, but what if I don't feel confident? What if I've been stuck in negativity for so long that it feels impossible to change? And I get it. Changing your mindset isn't easy at first. It takes effort, just like anything worth having. But here's the secret. You don't need to feel confident to start thinking like a confident person. You don't need to feel successful to start thinking like a successful person. You just need to start feeding your mind with the right thoughts over and over again. Every time a negative thought pops up, challenge it. Don't just accept it as truth. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Is this thought based on facts or just fear? Because most of the time, negativity is just fear disguised as logic. Your mind will try to protect you from failure, rejection, or embarrassment by making you think small. But that's not protection, it's limitation. And the only way to break free is to reprogram your thinking. Start by being aware of your inner dialogue. What are you telling yourself on a daily basis? Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you focusing more on problems than solutions? Are you replaying past mistakes instead of visualizing future success? Awareness is the first step. Once you catch those negative thoughts, replace them. Instead of saying, I always mess up, say, I'm learning and improving every day. Instead of thinking, I'll never get there, tell yourself, every step I take is bringing me closer to my goal. Your words have power. Your thoughts have power. The more you repeat a thought, the stronger it becomes. Think of your brain like a path in the forest. If you keep walking the same negative path over and over, it gets deeper, more automatic. But if you stop walking that path and start carving a new one of positivity, confidence, and belief, that becomes your new default. It won't happen overnight, but with consistency, you can rewire your mind for success. Another key to shifting your mindset is what you consume. The music you listen to, the books you read, the people you surround yourself with, it all feeds your mind. If you spend your time listening to negativity, watching drama, and hanging around people who complain all day, guess what? That energy is going to rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with inspiration, if you listen to motivational messages, if you spend time with people who push you to be better, your thinking will change automatically. Your thoughts determine your emotions, and your emotions drive your actions. If you feel stuck, if you feel overwhelmed by negativity, the first place to look is your thinking. The moment you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life. Because when you think differently, you act differently. And when you act differently, you get different results. Distractions are everywhere. They creep into your life silently, stealing your focus, draining your energy, and pulling you further away from your dream. Most people don't even realize they're being distracted because distractions don't always look like problems. Sometimes they look like entertainment, mindless scrolling, gossip, or even opportunities that aren't aligned with your vision. They seem harmless in the moment, but when you add up all the time, energy, and attention you've given to them, you realize they've cost you something priceless: progress. The truth is, success isn't just about talent or intelligence. It's about focus, the ability to lock in on your goal and ignore everything that doesn't serve that goal is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't. You have to guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Everything you want, your dream career, financial success, personal growth, freedom, demands your full attention. You can't afford to waste time on things that don't push you forward. Every second you spend worrying about what others think, getting caught up in drama, or hesitating because of fear is a second you could have spent building your future. The problem is, most people don't realize how much time they waste. They think checking social media for a few minutes won't hurt. They think watching one more episode of a show won't make a difference. But those small distractions add up, and before they know it, months or even years have passed with no real progress. The world is filled with distractions designed to pull you away from your dream. Notifications constantly demand your attention. Social media feeds are endless. News headlines keep you in a cycle of fear and worry. People around you might even unknowingly become distractions, pulling you into conversations that don't add value to your life. And if you're not intentional about protecting your focus, these things will take over before you even realize what's happening. Your mind is like a computer, and every distraction is an open tab running in the background, slowing you down. The more tabs you have open, the harder it is to concentrate, the more overwhelmed you feel, and the less energy you have for what truly matters. You have to start closing those tabs. You have to start eliminating anything that isn't aligned with your purpose. One of the biggest distractions people face is worrying about the opinions of others. Too many people never go after their dreams because they're afraid of what others will say. They fear judgment, criticism, or rejection, so they play it safe. But the truth is, no matter what you do, people will always have opinions. Some will support you, some will doubt you, some will criticize you just because they can. But at the end of the day, none of that matters. The only opinion that truly matters is the one you have of yourself. If you let fear of judgment stop you, you're giving people power over your life. And the reality is, most people are too caught up in their own problems to think about you as much as you think they do. While you're holding yourself back, worried about what they might say, they're moving on with their own lives. Another major distraction is self-doubt. People get so caught up in questioning themselves that they waste precious time they could have spent taking action. They overthink, they hesitate, and they wait for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment doesn't exist. The people who succeed aren't the ones who had all the answers from the beginning. They're the ones who took action even when they weren't sure. They stayed focused on their dream and figured things out along the way. Overthinking is just another form of procrastination, and it's keeping you stuck. You have to trust yourself enough to move forward, even if you don't have all the pieces figured out yet. Excuses are distractions in disguise. People say they don't have time, but they spend hours scrolling on their phones. They say they're too tired, but they stay up late watching TV. They say they don't have the resources, but they never take the time to learn or seek opportunities. The truth is, it's not a lack of time, energy, or resources that holds people back. It's a lack of focus. When you truly want something, you make time, you find energy, you figure out a way. It all starts with deciding that your dream is non-negotiable. Some distractions come disguised as good things: opportunities, social events, side projects. And while these might not seem harmful, if they aren't aligned with your ultimate vision, they're still distractions. You have to learn to say no to things that don't serve your purpose. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy life, but it does mean being selective. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. If you're constantly saying yes to things that don't move you forward, you're saying no to your dream. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, what matters more? The key to staying focused is creating an environment that supports your goals. That means surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, not drain you. It means limiting distractions by setting boundaries with your time and energy. It means being intentional about how you spend your days, because success is built on daily habits, not just big moments. If you're constantly distracted, you won't make progress, no matter how talented you are. But if you train yourself to stay locked in, to eliminate distractions, and to move with purpose, nothing can stop you. Your dream is not just a random thought or a passing wish. It is a calling, a vision that was placed in you for a reason. It is the one thing that lights a fire inside you, the one thing that keeps pulling at you, no matter how much you try to ignore it. And yet for so many people, that dream remains just that, a dream. Not because they aren't capable, not because they don't have the potential, but because they allow distractions, fear, and doubt to pull them off course. They lose sight of their dream because they allow the noise of the world to drown out their inner voice. But here's the truth. If you don't make your dream your priority, life will make something else your priority. Most people live their lives reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. They wake up and let their phone, emails, social media, and other people's problems dictate their day. They start with good intentions, but by the end of the day, they realize they spent more time handling distractions than working on what actually matters. And this cycle repeats day after day, year after year, until one day they look up and wonder where all the time went. The problem isn't that they didn't have enough time, it's that they didn't guard their focus. They didn't protect their dream like it was their most valuable asset. You have to decide that your dream is your priority. You have to treat it like it's the most important thing in your life, because it is. Everything else, every excuse, every distraction, every unnecessary obligation has to come second. This means being intentional about how you spend your time. If you say you want to build a business, write a book, or create a better life for yourself, but you spend your free time watching TV, scrolling through social media, or hanging around people who don't push you to grow, then your actions don't align with your words. And that's the problem. Success isn't just about wanting something, it's about proving you want it through your actions, through your discipline, through your commitment. When you truly focus on your dream, you start to see things differently. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop engaging in conversations that drain you. You stop giving time to people who don't support your vision. You stop worrying about things that won't get you closer to your goal. Your dream becomes the filter through which you make every decision. If it doesn't move you forward, if it doesn't add value, if it doesn't help you grow, then it doesn't deserve your attention. That's the level of commitment you need to have. Fear will try to pull you away from your dream. It will tell you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. But fear is a liar. The only way to overcome it is to take action despite it. Too many people wait until they feel confident before they start. But that's not how confidence works. Confidence comes from doing. It comes from showing up every day and proving to yourself that you can handle the challenges, that you can learn, that you can figure things out. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll never start. You will face obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. That's inevitable. But the people who succeed are not the ones who never face challenges. They are the ones who refuse to let those challenges stop them. They push through when it's hard. They keep going when they feel tired. They find a way when there doesn't seem to be one. That kind of determination comes from having an unshakable focus on your dream. It comes from deciding that quitting is not an option. The world will test you to see how badly you really want it. You will be tempted to settle for less, to take the easier path, to listen to the voices that tell you to be realistic. But realistic is just another word for average. If you want to live an average life, then by all means, listen to the doubters, play it safe, and stay in your comfort zone. But if you want something more, if you want to turn your dream into reality, then you have to be willing to do what most people won't. You have to be willing to put in the hours, to make sacrifices, to discipline yourself even when no one is watching. People will doubt you, some will criticize you, some will laugh at your ambition, and that's fine. Let them talk. While they're wasting time judging, you're making progress. While they're making excuses, you're making moves. The only way you will ever silence the doubters is by succeeding. And by the time that happens, their opinions won't even matter anymore. The only thing that matters is that you never lose sight of your dream. You have to become obsessed with your vision, not in a casual way, not in a when I have time way, but in a way that makes it impossible for you to quit You have to think about it every day. You have to remind yourself why you started. You have to visualize yourself achieving it so clearly that it feels real even before it happens. Because when your dream is clear in your mind, when it is the thing that drives you every single day, nothing can stop you. Energy is everything. It dictates how you feel, how you think, and how you perform. It influences every decision you make and every action you take. If your energy is low, if you're constantly drained, if you're filled with negativity, it doesn't matter how big your dreams are, you won't have the drive to chase them. But when your energy is high, when you're filled with purpose, when you're operating with enthusiasm and confidence, you become unstoppable. The problem is most people don't take control of their energy. They let the world dictate how they feel. They wake up and immediately start reacting to notifications, to stress, to other people's opinions, without realizing that every time they do this, they're giving their energy away. They are allowing external forces to control their internal state. Energy is a choice. Every single day you decide whether you will operate from a place of power or from a place of weakness. You decide whether you will focus on possibilities or problems. You decide whether you will carry yourself with confidence or let fear and doubt dictate your movements. The challenge is that most people think energy is something that just happens to them. They think if they wake up feeling tired, that's just how the day will go. If they feel unmotivated, they assume they just have to wait for motivation to come back. But that's not how it works. You don't wait for energy, you create it. One of the fastest ways to shift your energy is to take control of your thoughts. The moment you wake up, your mind starts producing thoughts. If you're not intentional, your mind will default to negativity. It will remind you of your problems, your doubts, your fears. It will replay past failures. But the second you become aware of this, you have the power to interrupt it. You can consciously decide to redirect your focus. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, you can choose to think about what's possible. Instead of replaying past failures, you can visualize future success. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it to focus on the right things, the stronger it becomes. The way you speak to yourself also shapes your energy. Every word you say carries a vibration, and that vibration affects how you feel. If you constantly say, I'm tired, I'm stressed, I can't do this, you are reinforcing those feelings. But if you start saying, I have everything I need to succeed, I am strong, I am capable, you rewire your brain to operate at a higher level. The words you use are not just descriptions of your reality, they are instructions to your subconscious mind. If you speak with power, you feel powerful. If you speak with doubt, you feel weak. The choice is yours. Energy is also influenced by your environment, who you surround yourself with, what you consume, what you allow into your space. All of it either lifts you up or drags you down. If you spend time with people who complain, who settle, who make excuses, their energy will infect you. If you constantly consume negativity, news, gossip, toxic conversations, you are poisoning your mindset. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, who push you to be better, who inspire you, you will naturally start operating at a higher level. You don't have to cut people off, but you do have to be intentional about how much time and energy you give to them. Your body and movement also play a huge role in your energy. You cannot expect to have a strong mind if your body is weak and neglected. If you're always tired, always sluggish, always drained, it's not just a mental issue. It's physical too. How you treat your body affects how you think and feel. If you feed it junk, if you never move, if you never take care of it, your energy will reflect that. But if you fuel it with the right foods, you stay active, you take care of your health, you will feel the difference. You will have more stamina, more clarity, more drive. High energy isn't just about mindset, it's also about physical habits. Taking action is one of the most powerful ways to shift your energy. Too many people sit around waiting to feel motivated before they start moving. They think they need to be in the right mood before they take action. But that's backward thinking. You don't wait to feel motivated, you move first and motivation follows. The moment you start taking action, even small steps, your brain starts producing momentum, and momentum creates energy. The fastest way to break out of a negative state is to do something, anything that moves you forward, even if it's just getting up and moving your body, making one phone call, writing down one idea. Every small action shifts your energy. Your past energy does not have to dictate your future. Just because you've been operating from a place of doubt, fear, or negativity does not mean you have to stay there. Every moment is an opportunity to reset, to realign, to refocus. You have the power to take control of your energy, to redirect it towards your goals, to elevate the way you think, feel, and act. The only question is whether you are willing to do what it takes to make that shift. Negative feelings are like weights tied to your legs while you're trying to run. They slow you down, drain your energy, and keep you stuck in place. And the worst part is that most people don't even realize they're carrying these weights. They think it's normal to feel overwhelmed, doubtful, frustrated, or fearful all the time. But here's the truth. Those emotions are not who you are. They are temporary states of mind. And just as quickly as they come, they can be shifted. The key is understanding that you are in control. You don't have to let negative emotions dictate your actions, your decisions, or your future. You have the power to take charge of your mind, to break free from destructive patterns, and to replace negativity with the kind of energy that moves you forward. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that negative emotions just happen to them. They think that because they feel discouraged, they have to stay discouraged. They think that because they feel anxious, they have to live in that anxiety. But emotions don't control you, you control them. And the first step to overcoming negative feelings is recognizing that they are just that, feelings, not facts. Just because you feel like a failure doesn't mean you are one. Just because you feel stuck doesn't mean there isn't a way forward. Feelings are temporary, but too many people treat them as permanent conditions. The moment you realize you have the ability to shift your emotions, you take back your power. The mind is like a muscle, and just like any muscle, it can be trained. If you constantly dwell on negative thoughts, if you keep replaying past failures, if you keep focusing on what's wrong instead of what's possible, your mind gets conditioned to think that way. And the more you practice negativity, the better you get at it. That's why so many people feel stuck. It's not because they're incapable of change, but because they've been practicing the wrong habits of thought for too long. But the good news is, just as you can train your mind to focus on problems, you can train it to focus on solutions. Just as you can get good at feeling defeated, you can get good at feeling empowered. It all starts with what you choose to focus on. One of the fastest ways to shift negative emotions is to change your perspective. Most people are stuck in negativity because they only see things from one angle, the angle of limitation, fear, or doubt. But if you shift your perspective, if you start looking at challenges as opportunities, if you start seeing failures as lessons, everything changes. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself, you start asking, what can I learn from this? Instead of focusing on what's missing, you start focusing on what you can create. Your reality is shaped by the way you interpret it. Change the interpretation and you change everything. Your environment plays a huge role in your emotional state. If you are constantly around negativity, negative news, negative people, negative conversations, your mind absorbs it like a sponge. You can't expect to feel positive, motivated, and strong if you are constantly feeding your mind with fear, gossip, and doubt. If you want to shift negative emotions, you have to start filtering what you allow into your space. That means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, consuming content that inspires you, and eliminating anything that drains your energy. You wouldn't eat food that you know is toxic, so why would you consume negativity that poisons your mind? Taking control of your emotions also requires taking control of your actions. Too many people wait to feel good before they take action, but that's not how it works. You don't wait for motivation, you move first and motivation follows. If you're feeling stuck, take action anyway. If you're feeling doubtful, take action anyway. Action shifts emotions. The moment you start moving, whether it's making progress on your goals, working out, or even just getting up and changing your physical state, you break the cycle of negativity. The mind follows the body. When you move with energy and purpose, your mind begins to reflect that. Self-talk is one of the most powerful tools you have. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, nothing ever works out for me, then that's exactly what your mind will believe. Your subconscious mind listens to every word you say, and it takes those words as truth. But if you start speaking differently, if you start saying, I am capable, I am strong, I have everything I need to succeed, your brain rewires itself to believe that instead. And when you believe something deeply enough, it starts to show up in your actions, your decisions, and your results. The way you speak to yourself can either be your biggest weapon or your greatest weakness. The choice is yours. Gratitude is a powerful force for overcoming negativity. It's impossible to feel hopeless and grateful at the same time. The moment you shift your focus from what's missing to what you already have, your entire emotional state changes. Most people spend so much time thinking about what they lack that they forget to appreciate what they've already been given. But when you start focusing on what's good, when you start recognizing the opportunities, the blessings, the progress you've already made, negativity starts to lose its grip. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a practice. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. At the end of the day, overcoming negative emotions is not about never feeling down again. It's about developing the ability to bounce back quickly. It's about building mental strength so that when negativity shows up, it doesn't take over. It's about training yourself to redirect your thoughts, shift your focus, and take control of your energy, because the truth is, your emotions will always try to pull you in different directions. But you are not your emotions. You are the one who decides what to focus on, what to believe, and how to respond. And when you take that control, nothing can stop you.